Support for 100 Watts and a Wire is brought to you by 100wattsandawire.com. To subscribe to the show, simply click the RSS feed. While you're there, apply for your free 100 Watts ID and learn how you can help make 100 Watts and a Wire listener supported. Click the donate page and pick the option that works best for you. We've got a traveling toolkit, 100 Watts and a Wire gear, and more. That's 100wattsandawire.com. And ICOM, calling all stations. Make sure you grab your ICOM gear for the most popular on-air event, Field Day, June 23rd and 24th. Let ICOM help you to make the most contacts or practice for emergency situations. And Hamsphere 4.0. Hamsphere is a state-of-the-art computer-based transceiver that uses the internet to layer real-time, real-simulated propagation sky airwaves. To learn more about the new generation of virtualized professional radio, visit hamsphere.com.
And now, from Grid Square Echo Mike 48, this is 100 Watts and a Wire.
Yes, sir, a big week for 100 Watts and a Wire as we head into our second annual 100 Watts and a Wire tune-up. We do this twice a year. Perhaps one day we'll expand. We do a tune-up in the spring, just before Field Day. Well, you know, I've said it before, sometimes we're tinkering with our own concoctions, our own experiments. We're taking wires and putting them, oh, that didn't work. Or, oh, well, look at that. And oftentimes we need to get out there and test that stuff on our own. Right now the weather is beautiful in St. Louis. Just for the next couple of days, I'm sure by Thursday, it'll be hot again. We are at 64 degrees this morning when I took my walk around Forest Park. Just beautiful. Well, you know, I said this Thursday when I spoke, and let's talk about it a little bit. You know, we're talking a little bit about UTC time here as well. 0000 UTC is technically Friday. So 0000 UTC on Friday through 2359 UTC on Sunday. That is the 100 Watts and a Wire tune-up. And this is helpful for people who participate around the world. UTC. I've always been very confused by UTC. So if you're like me, and Lord, I hope you're not, but there's some good stuff in there too. Thursday night at 7 p.m. Central. This is the time we basically start our weekly net. That is the beginning of the 100 Watts and a Wire tune-up. This Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Time, when you would normally be queuing up to check into our net, that's when we can begin, and we'll end on Sunday night at 7 o'clock Central. Okay, so those are two guides for you as we prepare for this week's tune-up. Again, 7 o'clock Central Time on Thursday, we begin. We're not going to do a net this week. We are going to take the net control operators and we're going to spread out on the bands. So automatically you can begin chasing team members from the 100 Watts and a Wire community. Okay? I'm going to encourage you to visit 100wattsandawire.com and click the activities page because we're going to do a QSL card to commemorate this tune-up. It's the first time for that, and we've made a game out of it. You'll see a list of call signs that you should listen for and chase. And if QSL cards are not your bag and you just want to, park and bark, meaning you just want to set up on a frequency and CQ, 100 Watts and a Wire tune-up. Perhaps you've got your own game of this. Maybe you want to work at least 100-watt IDs. We're over 3,000 now. You can make your own game of it. Some questions. Do you have to just work 100 Watts and a Wire IDs? Nope. Work anybody, anytime, any band, any mode, all weekend. Next question. Well, come on. What do you got? Oh, well, do you have to just run 100 watts through a wire? Absolutely not. Next question, do I have to be portable only? Nope. I encourage you to get out there if you can. Again, this is a tune-up for field day. Yes, we are exercising ourselves. We're exercising our body. Field day can be very difficult to make contacts, QRP, or maybe 100 watts out there in the field. I mean, just listen 15 or 20 minutes before field day begins. And, power can kind of move you down the line, man. It can. It is very fun. It's very rewarding. It's a wonderful event. But sometimes, you don't get the opportunity to set up your own gear, test your own stuff, go in a park and do your own thing on field day. And if you do, you could be kind of, doing something different. If you're with a club or if you're out there in the park, you may be getting smushed with your low power signal. So the tune-up is very good for this as well. All my brothers and sisters from Parks on the Air and the Worldwide Flora and Fauna, and those who do not belong to either of those clubs that just like to get out there and go QRP, bring it. Bring it. Thursday night, 7 o'clock Central, all the way through Sunday at 7 o'clock p.m. Get on the air, make some contacts, teach people about the 100 Watts in a Wire podcast, and also teach them about the community that you're a part of, what this is, where to find us, how to get a 100 watt ID. Teach. You don't have to race. You don't have to say, hey, I gotta go. It's not a contest. Although there are prizes to give away at the end, a random drawing to give away great gifts. Radio Waves is going to give away an antenna, 40-meter double bazooka. Bioenno Power is going to give away one of their beautiful batteries. Chameleon Antenna is going to give away something new and portable along their emergency line. Did I say emergency? I think I did. Emergency. PowerFilm Solar is going to give away a solar panel. What am I missing? Got Chameleon, got Bioenno, we got Radio Waves, PowerFilm Solar, okay? So all we need to know is that when to start. And know this week when you're getting ready to do the net, we won't be doing it this time. We're going to spread out. We're going to huddle up as a group, team members, and go break. However, we're going to help you. We will figure out where everybody is, and we'll start letting you know, hey, go work Shorty over here on 20 meters. Okay? That's a good way to get your QSL card. That information is at 100wattsinawire.com. Click the activities page. You'll read all about it. Let's talk about your exchange. Very simple. Give your call sign, your state, your 100-watt ID if you have that. If not, when you're working that person, and you will come across people who have no idea what this is about, teach them. Teach them and say it's okay if you don't have your 100-watt ID. It's fine. Let me tell you what it is and who we are. And give a true signal report. A lot of these folks are going to get out and go portable, and it is very helpful to know that you're a 4x4 or a 5x3 or a true 5.9, or hey man, something is really working in your rig right now, up in that tree, whatever you have up in that tree right now on this particular day really worked. And treat it like an exercise. It gets you ready for some emergency situations, but you also get to activate out there in the park if you want to. See, child, do I have to only be out there in the park? Do I have to be portable? I don't have a backup rig, man. I only have one radio. It's my base station. I can do 100 watts, or I can do 600 watts, or I can do 1,500 watts. Can I do it from the comfort of my own home, brother? Yes, you can. And I encourage you to do so, especially Thursday evening. It's going to be nighttime. May not be too many people setting up their portable operations on Thursday and Friday. And again, if you look at the, we said tune-up is June 8th through the 10th. So 8th, 9th, and 10th, you're saying Thursday. What are you talking about, Brian? What are you talking about now? Well, we're talking UTC time, so we're taking that into consideration. 0100 UTC. I hope I'm saying that right, because UTC just confuses me. 0000 UTC on Friday, which is actually Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Time, through 2359 UTC on Sunday, which translates to 7 o'clock on Sunday evening, p.m., okay? That's the background. Let me take a break. We'll come back, and I want to tell you about another side of this that's important to consider as we move forward.
Whether you say 73 or 73, even 73s, we're still 100 watts and a wire.
The IC7610, the SDR every ham wants, and just in time for field day, the new ICOM IC7610 is a direct sampling software-defined radio, that's SDR, that will change the world's definition of an SDR transceiver. Don't forget to bring along the perfect field day companion, the IC7300. Ideal for the ham on the go, it is a high-performance, innovative HF transceiver with a compact design. And the IC9100. The sky's no limit with this all-in-one HF, VHF, UHF rig. No matter if you're working DX, QSO, RTTY, D-Star, DV, satellite, or even moon bounce, ICOM's years of experience is working along with you. Visit icomamerica.com/amateur for more information on all ICOM radios.
The 100 watts and a wire tune-up.
Show enough. Thursday night, 7 o'clock Central, I am going to get on the air, and I'm going to start banging out as many contacts as I can for as long as I can before I got to put it down in the bed, y'all. Because Friday certainly is a work day, but we can get some in the book, get a head start going. And although activity days for 100 watts and a wire are not contest, there are prizes. You can submit your totals to be entered into a random drawing for prizes. Again, Chameleon Antenna, PowerFilm Solar, Radio Waves Antenna, and Bioenno Power have generously donated prizes. How do you win? Just go to 100wattsandawire.com. I would say at least work 10 stations. You know, I don't have many rules. I'm not asking for much. You can get on the air anytime, any band, any mode, over the course of the weekend, anytime, overnights, whatever works best for you. But maybe work 10 contacts, huh? Come on now. Even with Parks on the Air and Worldwide Flora and Fauna, you've got to do some kind of thing, right? Worst case scenario, you just work a couple, but you can submit your totals and be entered for a random, in the random drawing for those prizes. And they're excellent. They're all very portable based. We've got a lot of very portable sponsors on this show. So this is a good event for us. I'm looking forward to it. You don't have to go out in the field if you can't. You can sit in your house. Just get on the air. You can also spot yourself and spot others. You can do that on the plethora of spotting entities, but you can also do it at 100wattsandawire.com. Just spot who you hear, spot yourself, and we'll see. This will be a test for that page to actually see if that's helpful during activity days. It's a great opportunity to teach people about what we're doing. So I look forward to hearing you on the air. I'm going to keep this one short for this week. I need to get it out, and I need you to share this out. Let's get this out to the Hamily worldwide. Let them know when. Give them that UTC 0000 UTC on Friday through 2359 UTC on Sunday. That'll be helpful for them. Not very helpful for me. UTC confuses me. I'm working on it. 7 o'clock p.m. Central Time on Thursday night translates into that 0000 UTC on Friday. And 7 p.m. on Sunday translates to 2359, or just a minute before, UTC on Sunday. Something new to report before I let you go. We are going to have a Sunday net. Details are still coming together. Tune-up's been very front of mind lately, but we're going to end the tune-up and begin a new chapter for the 100 Watts and a Wire net. We are going to begin a Sunday evening net, 7 o'clock Central Time on Sunday, there will be a 100 watts and a wire net. This is 7 o'clock Central Time, okay? Because that's where your boy is. So apply that to, however you like to tell time, and we'll get it going. So join me for that. I'll meet you there 7 o'clock this Sunday evening to kick off the Sunday edition. We're looking at using the net logger so folks can follow along. I know many people do use that, and we certainly want to begin to employ that. We used to use it, and I need to get familiar with it again. Perhaps I'll have a logger with me as I do the net control duties on Sunday, and maybe we'll spread out. If you're interested and available in serving as a net control, drop me a line. We do look to strategically position net control stations to give us the best coverage possible, to work as many people as we can. Okay? So to recap this, the 100 watts and a wire tune-up will begin Thursday evening, 7 o'clock. This is the normal time our net is set to begin. We are going to take those net control operators and others, some moderators and other friends or people who are helping out behind the scenes, and we're going to spread them out. They're going to go in different parts of the band, so you can kind of chase people around if you'd like that sort of thing, like you were doing with the museum ships over the weekend and many others like Route 66. Go out there and work them, and if you want to know who they are, visit the website, click the Activity Days page, and you can download a form. You can see exactly who it is you're supposed to chase to get the QSL card. 7 o'clock Central on Thursday evening is 0000 UTC on Friday. So we kick it off. Don't look for the net. Look for the people you're supposed to chase. Okay? Thus begins the tune-up preparation. Run all the way until Sunday, 23:59 UTC. That's 7 o'clock Central, 7 o'clock p.m. That's when we'll stop the tune-up and celebrate with our first 100 watts and a wire Sunday evening net. Okay? Whew. I've got some things to do. I've got to open up the old wooden shed. I'm sure there's some spiders in there. I need to get the windows open, and I need to get my stuff ready for the weekend. Put up my antennas. I haven't even really thought about what antennas. I like to run mono band if I can. And when I talk about the old wooden shed, this is something I've introduced in the past on the show. I've got an old shed on my property near the woods. And so I take my gear out there and I set up. And if I can, if weather is good and kind, I like to set up a 20 meter and a 40 meter dipole in this area and just run it like that back and forth. I tend to go and scroll and turn the dial on 20, work what I can, get to the end of the band, switch over the 40. There I'd be at the end, work my way back, and so on. That's kind of how I move through it, doing, things like field day. And before long, field day will be here. I'm excited to hear you on the air. I thank you for your support. With so much happening in the world, it's hard to even put it all in. We're entering, hurricane season. And I'm thinking about Puerto Rico. I just read an article about how, Puerto Rico's infrastructure is, one hurricane strike away. $2 billion of grid infrastructure is that volatile. It could actually go down. That's horrifying. It's horrifying. You got lava flowing in Hawaii. You've got fires on the East Coast. You've got floods out there in Montana and in my home state of Maryland. A lot of natural stuff going on that would require our expertise, but it's still a lot of things that are, going into your mind and into your heart. It's a lot to digest sometimes. So whatever you can do, make sure you take care of yourself, make sure you take care of your family, and by all means, if you can, please try and stay above the noise.
To join the 100 Watts and a Wire community, visit 100wattsandawire.com.